So as you guys know, we have Thanksgiving coming up soon. So tomorrow probably will be a very low volume day. So this very possibly could be the only trading day that we have this week. Um, just transparently speaking, only because tomorrow is the day before Thanksgiving. I mean, last year we were able to trade on Thanksgiving and it was still pretty good volume, but I don't want to bank on that happening. So I just want to make sure that we are aware of um you know, when the holidays come around, things usually tend to slow down. It's usually not a long, drawn out thing. The trades sometimes be a lot quicker as far as points and stuff go like that. So that's what we're gonna be looking for. Personally, as you can see, we have, let's start from the 30-minute time frame. So in the 30-minute time frame, we see we have a ceiling right here that was created, area of resistance. We rejected it majorly with that candle. Then we had a break and close above it. We end up closing above this as well, tapping into that 50% level of this 30-minute candle and tapping this structure point on the 30-minute. On the hourly time frame, I was waiting to see if we can get a close bullish engulfing um, on this level here to kind of take us back into this area because at 9 a.m. we got a brand new 3 hour candle, and as you can see, the 50% level of that 3 hour candle is right here at the structure point where we should be looking for some bullish activity to go to the upside from there. So I want to be able to target a buy position from that area. Um, you can also see on the 2 hour how we still have structure here as well. So if we hold above by 10, we should be able to go up and sweep these London highs and take them up to these other highs that we're looking at up here that we got some good selling opportunities from in the week prior. So I really do think that we end up seeing some good bullish activity out of this. Like I said, I want to come and pull back to this 50% level, at least to here. So that way we can have some kind of movement to the upside and we'll have the best opportunity for taking a breakout of resistance. Um, and then obviously the London session high was a little off when I first set it. Because as you see, that's the 7 a.m. liquidity graph. So that's the high of London. The low of London is at 5 a.m. right here. So we're approaching that high of London, but I do think that we end up maybe retracing a little deeper um, to this 50% level on this 30-minute time frame. But we were able to kind of close above um, on the 3 hour time frame. So if we end up getting some more drop, then that'll be kind of like what I'm working with, more drop. I'm gonna probably take my entry. I may take it a little before 9:30 though, just based on how it's shaping up. I'm really gonna take it once it gets to this area. So if we get some more drop, then I'm gonna look to take the position on this to the upside. If it doesn't get here and it starts to flip before then we'll just, do what we do. And sometimes we'll wait. And if we come up to a shear area resistance and we see the resistance coming in, then we may take the sell down and just, anticipate sweeping these lows and stuff like that. We got a lot of liquidity grab within this area right here at this 46,222 range. But as you can see, we're still coming down pretty strong to come and tap into these areas. So once we tap into it on the 3 hour time frame, I will be taking a buy position and I'll send it out in the chat. So let me All right, so yeah, I'm gonna start looking to gauge. We're about 10 points, 15 points away from where I'm looking to enter. I do want to see if we can get one more drop before I take anything. So if we get one more push down, one more little impulse down towards this 3 hour 50% stuff like that, then I'm gonna be looking to take that position um before 9 o'clock. See if we get down there. One more drop, like I said, one more drop down, I'll take it. It's not really far from where I'm looking to enter. It's about 15 points. So I feel like we can get one more impulse down and then we'll be able to take this confidently um to the upside. Let's see. Let's put a little alert like right into.
I'm going through some tough. I'm playing in my car. All I do is to trying to find my place. I'm just trying to find my place.
I might go ahead and take one here, guys. See if we get one more drop. I might go ahead and take one here just so we don't miss out. And if we drop like 5 extra points, I'll readjust. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and take one. We get one more drop. It's looking like we about to get this. I'm about to look and take one, guys. I'm gonna take one from right here. Let me send the. It would be considered no man's land, but we got I'm really just basing it off structure just because of how far we are from our London highs and lows right now. We are what, almost 100 points from the high, well, definitely 100 points from the low. So we right at that, we right in that 50% area. Bro, why did I just get a message talking about some it's Alex G from Swing Trading, like a text message? Nigga, stop. The fuck? Niggas is tripping. Like playing on my shit. Alrighty. Now we got our entry in.
Lord know I've been trying, but Lord knows I've been trying and love shit doing smart shit. I'm going through two hours, so I put it
Y'all remember when I was telling y'all about Bitcoin, and I was showing y'all on this weekly chart, like where we could be going. As you can see right here, we got exactly to this structure point that we were seeing on the weekly time frame. We could low key still end up going to 70 only because we haven't tapped into this zone yet after running from what is this 2024 after running from 71 up to what is this 108 and then coming back down to 75 74 then going up to 126. Now we're coming back to 86. um we dropped all the way to 80 actually at one point. We went up down to 80,000. Um, and I personally feel like this area here is going to be the area that we see the next run from. We could very much still go to 70, but I personally feel like this is the area where the next like good run on Bitcoin probably gonna come from. Um, is it gonna be something fast? Probably not, but I do think that this is gonna be one. I did have this marked though. This is back in 2023. It was at 24K. This is the first time I ever like marked it up and was trying to determine what it looked like. And you can still see the same thing applies on everything, even crypto. Like, see the structure here, the vertical closed above it, came back to tap into that area and then took off again. Same thing applied here. There, it's the same type of vibe on everything. So you don't really have to be too nervous when it comes to doing that. And as you can see, we flipped on 30. 30 has flipped to the upside and it's now running. So we almost to TP1. We're about 91 points in profit right now. We'll probably end up getting TP1 right off the open. Yep. So TP1 just hit. That's 100 points. So we could really make this a risk-free trade off the rip. We can go SL at break even if you guys want, or you can just kind of you can wait a little bit. But like I said, this is why I didn't want to just wait completely until we swept London highs and stuff because I already saw the bullish connotations. We tapped into this area twice. I didn't want to wait until a full 50% level because we had already tapped into that structure point on a smaller time frame, which is why I just went ahead and took it when we pulled as close as possible to that area. And then, as you can see now, we're on the way to TP2 with no problem. No drawdown damn near on this trade that we took today, up 132 points. And, we're still running. So this is a great position. It's going to be a really quick day, seem like. It's already 9:31 and we're almost to TP2. It's 170 points and counting right now. All right, 190, almost TP2 right now. TP2 just smashed. Man, this shit's kissing. That's how we do it, man. TP2 smashed early. Take some partials. We low key could see what this do. I'm about to close. I took two entries, so I'm gonna close one, and then I'm gonna take partials on the other one. Let's do it. Still running right now, so I'm gonna just keep moving this up as we see the run. Plus 240. Oh my gosh, this isn't. All right, let's see where our slowdown area is then. Because we don't really have a slowdown on this hourly time frame until we get up to this red line. And once we get up to that red line, we should be at 350. We're at 265 right now, points wise. But now you can see though, like we didn't get no retrace to London high off the open. I saw this structure point. That's why I just felt like the best place to take it from was right here. Even though we was in no man's land, it was still a confirmed position to be taken. Just based on everything that it was showing earlier in the morning. As you can see, she's running with ease. If we would have waited, then we probably would be waiting for the sale to take place. But now since we was able to just take it at 9 and be confident in the position, we hit TP1 and two is 9:34. We're 4 minutes into the market. We're already done. Like we 4 minutes in, we already done. 265 points, 4 minutes into the market on a Tuesday. There we go, man. We caught a kisser. We have caught a kisser. Caught one. It's a good start to the week. I like this start to the week though, because like I said, tomorrow the volume shouldn't be too high. Um, so all right, I got a question though. So what made you like what made y'all the people who did take it, what made y'all not take the position? This shit. But hey, y'all drop your profits in the chat, man. Ah, okay, I see. I was late on the call. I didn't answer you guys. Y'all can see we going up to this red line right here because we don't have no area to really reject from. So this red line is definitely a solid target. I may take some more parcels on the position that I did take parcels on right now. I had it marked on my chart, but wasn't confident just to pop it. What I will say, right, is sometimes you can gauge the risk based on the day of the week and just what's expected for the remainder of the week, right? So with me knowing that tomorrow could be a low volume day where it could not be any positions because it's Wednesday and Thanksgiving's on Thursday, right? On top of having Thanksgiving on Thursday, so that eliminates damn near 2 days this week. That eliminates 2 days this week that we possibly will not be trading, right? So that leaves Friday, Monday we didn't do anything. So that leaves today and Friday, 2 days this week that we could really have the opportunity to really hone in on the skill and make the cheese without all the other stuff affecting, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? So with me being able to see this morning and be like, okay, we got the structure that we needed. We got the liquidity grab. It already liquidity grabbed and closed below that structure point, right? So we liquidity grabbed for about 110 points, right? So we liquidity graph 110 points, 7:30 in the morning, came back down to close below this area of structure here, right? So with me knowing that, I'm like, okay, cool. We get a break close above this structure point, and we get a break close above this structure point. We already retested that structure on a 30-minute time frame once, right? So with me knowing that we tapped into this area once and actually tapped into it, as you guys can see right there, then I'm like, okay, boom, let's go over to the 3 hour time frame and let's map out our 50% level on the 3 hour. Our 50% level is right at this structure point. So what we want to do now with the 30-minute being that it already tapped into that area, as you guys can see, I wanted to get as close as possible to this structure point. That's why I went ahead and took it because I'm like, all right, it don't look like it want to just push all the way to the 50% level. So let me just go ahead and take it. I was willing to take the risk today because the analysis was already there with the structure that we had down here inside of no man's land. It's in no man's land, yes, but I was willing to take the risk today just based on the days that we have limited this week, and on top of that, we already had the structure. So if the structure here, I'm willing to take the position if the structure there. Sometimes you can go, sometimes you can still take this and come out on top. As you can see today, we went 300 points in 9 minutes. So um, it doesn't have to be a long, it doesn't have to be every day. You like, oh, I want it has to sweep that high or low, which obviously, if it, it, I guess like it gives you what you need. You feel what I'm saying? But I just want everybody to know that sometimes you have to take that risk. Like sometimes you gotta be okay with just, popping that trade and whatever come with it. I was okay with taking the L today. Like if this would have went down to these lows, I was okay with taking that risk because then it's like, okay, boom. If it do sweep the lows by 10, I'll just take my sell. If we sweep this floor right here, close below London low, I'll just take my sell, recoup. We don't have no slowdown on the sell until we fill in this wick right here. You feel what I'm saying? So I still would have been able to come out on top if I would have took it from right here to here. Still 240 points. That's after we even hit a stop loss of 87 points. That's just hypothetically speaking. But if that would have happened, that's what I was willing to take two positions today if need be. So that's why I was able to go ahead and just be like, well, I'm gonna take this and let this rock out. Our full close though, I'm fully out of this position. 326 points. I honestly don't even feel like we got to sit on here too much longer. If I'm being completely honest, everybody should have been able to hit. I sent the signal out. Let me go ahead and tell everybody in the chat that the signal is completely closed. There we go. Let's be on the scene. 360 points today. Signal fully closed. Runners are up to you guys. So if you guys want to hold the runner, that's completely up to y'all. But I personally fully closed out of this position, and I'm gonna just walk off with my win. It's 9:42. We did this before 9:45 even came around. It's There ain't no real need to keep popping trades. I don't recommend that. If you hit this position this morning, I honestly don't recommend that you take anything else. I recommend that everybody just drop their profit in the chat and just vibe out. I don't want nobody to sit there and be blowing their account or giving money back to the market for no reason. It's not no point in that. So my analysis would go that I was setting up, guys, that I wanted to show um was obviously you see we have this structure here where this should be bullish, right? We should be going bullish with this bullish engulfing everything that we got. But if we have a bearish engulfing like this and we swept the structure right there coming into 10 o'clock, then I do feel like the sales on gold is going to be the best bias to take. And then I would personally go with a SL right here at this area of resistance and take it down to probably here, if I'm being completely honest, like a 51 point um play. Take it down to right here. Something like that. This is what I would want to see on gold, to be honest. I have to see this candle close though and cancel this area out in order to kind of send us back into a bearish bias with the double top type of look. So what I mean by double top type look is we have a left top here, neckline kind of a right top that's created. So if it comes down, it should be looking for something like this to sweep that neckline and go down. So this is personally what I think will happen on gold. Um, obviously you can take that at your own risk. You don't have to, y'all don't quote me on it. Only quote me on 30, man. But I do think that this is the analysis that should go through. Let's take a peek at Nas. So Nas did the opposite off the open, which is kind of crazy. Which makes me feel like 30 may just come back down and flip bearish today. It could very much do that. Nas opening up like this though. It's not far fetched because of how it's shaped up, but it's kind of crazy how it completely did the opposite. 30 shot up 300 points, 9 shot down. Off the open, 9 shot down 150 points off the open. SPX is bearish too. 30 is the only thing that's bullish. Well, not even no more. Look, like I said, 30. I could see 30 really coming down, flipping, and targeting them lows to grill. Because had we not took this buy this morning, like if we had not took this buy this morning, we probably would have just took our sell from somewhere up here. Remember when I was saying like this would be the target where it should be looking to sell from because we didn't come back and sweep. I mean, we didn't come back and tap into London session high at all. It just opened up and ran completely bullish. So now you see this big ass liquidity draw. So if we end up coming back and closing below entry, then it'll probably end up going to sweep these lows and following the suit of like Nas and SPX. Like look at Nas leaking, but Nas has a clear area that it's trying to target, which is here, right? And it's a clear area because we have resistance, 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 resistance. Break, close above it, never tap into it again. So we can expect that once we get here, it'll either do that or it'll either close below this area, canceling it out and taking us lower again. So Nas had to fill this area in, had no slowdown over here, no retrace. So this was a pretty easy bread and butter play on Nas, to be honest. SPX, same thing applies. You can see here how we got structure that was broken. No retest to that area, and then now we're coming back to kind of tap into that area on these time frames. So I don't feel like, it's a pretty bread and butter play. Honestly, if 30 holds above London high though by 10, it may just end up going back bullish. I would like to see it close above London high and above this red line here in the next 13 minutes, just to see what's going on. But as you can see, 945 open up. So this candle could very much bearish engulf and just take us right to the outside, to the downside. Which I mean, not really tripping for real because obviously we already done it. But as you can see now, we're retesting that London session high after grabbing major liquidity on this candle. So like I said, grabbing 200 points in liquidity, if we end up closing below London session high in the next 30 minutes, and then this hourly comes and close below London session high, I personally would just expect this to retest London session high and then come down bearish for the remainder of the day. Gold, same thing. Same type of outlook on gold as well. Um, as you can see here on gold, once. So as you see on gold, same type of outlook. I would look for gold to close below these areas here and then give a retest to that EMA. On gold. That's personally what I would be looking at. But as you can see, 30 is rejecting that London session high. So we had a perfect exit on 30 for real. But like I said, now looking at it, I do think that the sales is going to be what's taking over. Now that we already smashed our T1. So like I said, if this candle comes down and it cancels out all this bullish activity right here and we close below this EMA, then definitely I think the sales is going to take over after. We may have one more position to take. Um, yeah, see, look at this. It still would have been a W day had we not taken the buy. We would have took the sell from up here. It's still like this would have been my target. Still would have been up over it's what 388 points back to the downside. So it still would have been a kisser day. I personally feel like I said, if this candle closes like this with 9:45 coming to 10 o'clock, I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be nothing but EMA retest right here and a continuation down to this area of support. And I actually might take this for real. I actually might take this down. We already hit for 300 points today. I'm willing to take another position. I'm low key willing to take this. I like the way this is looking. 10 minutes. Hopefully she just don't leak so hard. Nas and Nas and SPX are leaking pretty hard. Like Nas is leaking hard. SPX as well. Even gold is leaking. Everything's kind of leaking right now. We had a major liquidity grab run to the upside, which is smooth. Close that out. But now let's see what's going on with these Selianskis. Let's see. Let's see. Telling you, this holds below EMAs and cancels out the structure. So we close below this EMA here, cancel out all the structure here. I would definitely take this. So I want to see it close below this gray line though. This gray support. Really, if we can close below this floor, that'd be most ideal. The way we looking, the way it's rejecting and coming back up, it's looking like this close is going to be more of a bullish type of close, type of outlook type thing. So personally, it'll probably be like this 2 hour holding above structure there. If the 2 hours will close above this red line, it'll probably just come down 50% the 2 hour and then fill in the wick to the upside, possibly. Still above EMA on the 3 hour time frame. 4 hour candle closes in 4 minutes. We already went down to top the EMA on the 4 hour. So personally, I think she might just still end up rallying bullish. But honestly, if you up today, guys, I don't think this a need to take anything else. You feel me? We got stuff coming up, holidays coming up. There's no need to do all the extra. You know what I'm saying? It was a really quick session today, 9:55, and we're done. So I don't want to, I want to be able to give you guys it's Tuesday. I don't want to take more time out your morning. It's a very early ending to the session today. So what we're gonna do is we just gonna go ahead and hop on off. We had a great session, 360 points today, quick. Did it in like 9 minutes. So yeah, let's keep it up. See y'all tomorrow.